Okay, we are counting down to the close. We have less than 6 minutes before that happens. And Apple is up 2.32%. And the broader market, we can see S&P up 0.59%, Nasdaq up 0.64%, Dow 0.57%. Apple, the main source of the main destination of investment funds, especially as it concerns stocks, is up 2.37%, and we can also see the broader market is also looking green as well. Let's see whether we can digest any news from here. Okay, let's see here. They're saying something about the iPhone. Thank you very much. If you just joined us, drop a comment, like, subscribe, super chat, whatever it is, whatever the case is. Market is closing in 5 minutes. They're saying something. Apple plans fix for shaking iPhone 14 Pro camera by next week. Okay, you must have seen that on YouTube, people talking about that. Apple Inc. is working on a software update for the iPhone 14 Pro and Pro Max, aimed at fixing a bug that makes the rear camera on the device physically shake when used in some third-party apps. The update will be released next week, according to the company, signaling it has already identified a solution. The software fix would mark at least the second so far for the iPhone 14. On launch day, users were asked to update to iOS 16.0.01 to address a problem related to activating FaceTime. The latest iPhones went on sale on Friday the 16th of September, and some users took to social media to complain about the camera bug. The issue, which can also cause rattling noises, is the result of the optical image stabilization hardware malfunctioning in some cases with third-party apps. The stabilization technology is designed to shift the camera system to compensate for the iPhone moving, helping prevent a blurry image. Users have complained about the bug hindering camera features in social media apps like Snapchat, Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok, but it doesn't appear to affect Apple's pre-installed camera capabilities. The new camera system on iPhone 14 Pro, which includes a 48 megapixel sensor for the main lenses, for the first time, is one of the main upgrades for this year's device. The phone also has a software interface at the top of the device known as the Dynamic Island, which works with an updated camera cutout to show information such as map directions or airport status. So far, the iPhone 14 Pro and iPhone 14 Pro Max appear to be the biggest hits in the lineup. Shoppers lined up at the Apple retail stores in search of the devices over the weekend, and the device sold out in many places. Consumers looking to buy the models through Apple's website will currently have to wait until at least October to get it delivered. Okay, there's a video here. Let's see whether it is playing what they are talking about. I hope we're not going to get demonetized. Okay, that was the news. Well, that's rather part of the news. There's more news concerning Apple. There's always more news, more broad economic news. We have 1 minute before the market closes. Wall Street's main indexes slipped in choppy trading on Monday, extending decline for a third straight session on worries that the Federal Reserve's aggressive interest rate hikes could tip the U.S. economy into recession. At 14:09 Eastern U.S. time, the Dow Jones was down 0.08%, but it's going to close around 0.6% now as we count down. Okay. So there are a couple of stocks here. We're going to probably see if we can digest them and have a look at them. Some of them we are watching, especially some of the ones that are in the negative. Okay, so it's good to have a look at the Apple. The market is closed now. Okay, so rebounding back towards 20-day moving average. Apple up 1.44% when they wrote this, trading nicely off Friday's lows. Home Depot up 0.98. Okay, so the market has closed now. S&P closed at 0.69% gain at just exactly 3,900. Nasdaq at 11,535.002. Dow at 31,019.82. Let's see whether we can get some news. Chinese stocks fell as the central bank injected liquidity and cut its 14-day reserve repo rate. The relative nervousness amongst Chinese and Asian stocks comes ahead of the Fed and many other central bank meetings this week. U.S. President Joe Biden says U.S. forces could defend Taiwan in the event of a Chinese invasion. Okay, that is I understand that is spooking the markets. Okay, let's get the volumes for the market. Has closed now, so Apple gains 2.51%, is up 0.04% in this post-market session. So the shares are still crossing the tape because obviously we are now in the post-market session. $78.851 million shares cross the tape for Apple. Okay, let's before we proceed, let's have a look and see what happened to XSPX. That is S&P 500 cash. Let's see. Yes, in this session at some point at exactly 1550 it plunged below its 50-minute moving average on this 1-minute live session, but it was on the move right from time. It was yes, at some point it declined below its 10-minute moving average, and yes, at some point also around 15 getting towards 1550 plunged, but buyers bought that deep and took it up to approximately 3,900. Still in the move in this post-market session. I think okay, it does move in the post-market session. We can actually find out what it is, what's going on here, because at 3905 it's at 3905 now. Okay, let's see what's going on with what happened with AMD. AMD is it closed 76.77, up 0.34%, and up 0.14 in this post-market session. $64.697 million shares crossed the tape for AMD. Tesla gained 1.89% and up a further 0.09%. If you just joined us, thank you very much. Subscribe, like, share, super chat, drop a comment. The S&P 500's most heavily traded stocks in terms of turnover Monday afternoon was Tesla, with 16.1 billion shares worth of $16.1 billion worth of shares exchanging hands during that session. As of 12:21 p.m. Eastern US, FedEx Corp saw 122% increase in turnover compared to its 30-day average, a bigger jump in trading than any other S&P 500 stock. Below is a snapshot of the stocks with the highest turnover and the greatest percentage increases in turnover per Refinitiv data stocks with greatest turnover. Company turnover stock move: Tesla Inc. $16.2 billion, gain of 1.78%. Apple Inc. $9.6 billion, gain of 2.35%. Nvidia $6.5 billion, 1.38%. Microsoft $4.8 billion, up 0.04%. Amazon $4.5 billion, up 0.76%. Okay, with stocks with most turnover versus 30-day average. Okay, FedEx was up $1.3 billion, a gain of 122%. Up 0.9%. Up 0.9% in the session. Netflix $3.7 billion, up 105%, or rather 0.76%. Okay, let's get this triple digit we're seeing here. Refinitiv stocks with most turnover versus their 30-day average. Company turnover versus company turnover versus stock move 30-day average. Okay, stock move 30-day average, I guess, is 122% for FedEx. Okay. Okay, yes, and reading it here is not doesn't give us a very good picture of what we are talking about. Okay, $16 billion worth of stocks were traded for Tesla. We can see what's going on here. 59.689 million shares crossed the tape, and still counting. This is the order book for Tesla now. Okay, let's look at VTAQ. Ventura acquisition gained 54.61%. At some point it was about 100%, more than 100%, so it's down 1.84% in this post-market session. I believe this is not the end of the stock. Something might come up again in the post-market session, or rather pre-market session of tomorrow the 20th. Let's get the news. Okay, shareholders of US-based Ventura special SPAC company CCM Acquisition Corp have approved its proposed merger with California-based restaurant labor productivity technologies provider ALLK. Presto, the company said. The closing of the business combination is expected to take place tomorrow, the 20th of September 2022. It is anticipated that the transaction will result in at least approximately 92.1 million US dollars in gross proceeds for the post-closing company, including proceeds from Ventura's trust account and the previously announced committed private placements. Upon the closing of the business combination, the combined company will be renamed Presto Automation Inc., and the company stock and warrants are expected to begin trading on the Nasdaq beginning on the 21st of 2022. So this is something to watch, PRST. Okay, it's not optionable for some reason, I believe. I've checked it earlier on, there was no options. Maybe by that time there might be options. Okay, let's look at Amazon. Amazon is again 0.91%, up 0.06%. Amazon is already valued like a monopoly. Breaking news. Okay, the opinions expressed here are her own by Laura Silva Laughlin, New York. In New York. Says Amazon says the idea it's illegally squeezing its merchants is exactly backwards. California Attorney General Bob Bonta. Okay. Last week accused the company started and chaired by Jeff Bezos of violating antitrust law in the $1.3 trillion e-commerce giant's biggest legal challenge yet. Whether California prevails or not, investors have already granted Amazon a market valuation fit for a monopoly. The lawsuit filed on September 14 blames Amazon for punishing retailers who list products for a cheaper price elsewhere, like Walmart or Target, saying this effectively sets a price floor for goods. Amazon meanwhile argues that forcing it to showcase products at higher prices will be antithetical to antitrust regulatory goals. That's valid in that antitrust has tended to focus on consumer prices. Amazon's dominance in e-commerce may attract foes, but also confers a premium stock price. One way to value the retail part of Amazon is to strip away the more profitable cloud business, AWS, valued at 6 times revenue, or as Oracle. That division would have an enterprise value of $370 billion, leaving the retail business at close to $1.1 trillion. Such a valuation is more than double Amazon's retail sales last year. But there's another way of thinking about it. Rivals Walmart and Target both trade at under 0.9 times revenue. Start with that as a reasonable multiple for Amazon once it reaches maturity, and it's as if investors are saying that the company can generate upwards of $1.1 trillion in sales. If two-thirds of that comes from North America, it's equivalent to Amazon capturing 75% of the US e-commerce market. Amazon's revenue is nowhere near there yet. The premium valuation, though, is an important reflection of the company's potential market power. That's not much use for Amazon's political detractors as they try to hang lawsuits on what the company does now rather than what they might do later. But in the long run, either California has exactly backwards, or Amazon's shareholders do. Okay, that was the news. Okay. Okay, this is about Porsche going public. Okay, let's get that volume again. It's 46.665 million shares and counting for Amazon. Okay, let's have a look at KNBE. We had a target of 20. Let's get that target again. We had a target for KNBE at 22.10. That target was met. They have a bid for all its common stock to be acquired at $24. Okay, cybersecurity firm KnowBe4 Inc. said on Monday, that's today, that Vista Equity Partners had offered to take it private for $4.22 billion in cash. The latest sign of private equity interest in a sector whose valuations have declined in this year's downturn. The offer of $24 per share represents a premium of nearly 39% to KnowBe4's closing price. On Friday, the 16th of September. Its shares have lost nearly a quarter of their value this year as of as at last close, that is the close of the 16th, not the close of today. Okay, private equity firms have this year been taking advantage of the fall in valuations of technology companies due to worries over rising interest rates and an economic slowdown. The rise of hybrid work has also made cybersecurity firms attractive targets. KnowBe4 provides security awareness training with simulated phishing attacks on its platform. The company's focus on a growing must-have category from an enterprise perspective makes it attractive, according to Cowen analysts. KnowBe4, whose shares soared 25% in the morning hours of today, the 19th of September, said it had formed a special committee to review the offer. The bid from Vista comes amid a string of large investments by the Austin, Texas-based firm this year. The firm has struck 21 deals so far, including the $16.5 billion acquisition of cloud services firm Citrix Systems in January, according to investments tracker Traction transaction, probably whatever that means. Traction. Okay. So we had a target of 22.10, and that target has since been reached. 9.432 million shares crossed the tape. KnowBe4 Inc. still not close to the offer target of $24. Okay, let's look at ALLK. ALLK Inc. up 27.51%. We also had a target. Let's find out what that target was. We had a target of we didn't have any target on this. Okay, for some reason we didn't have any no target on ALLK. Okay, up 0.68, rather down 0.68%, up 20, gain 27.51%. ALLK Inc. shares rose 31% to $6, their biggest one-day percent rise in more than 3 years. If gains hold, the company's 28.9 million shares offering priced at $5.02 a piece to raise about $150 million. Okay, investors probably love that. So they have agreed to purchase, the investors have agreed to purchase the shares in the offering. Include Logos Capital or Alta Partners, Braidwell LP, among others. Jeffrey is the lead book runner managing the offering, which is expected to close on Wednesday the 21st. The company currently has 58.84 million shares outstanding and market capitalization of $251.1 million US dollars. So I believe those investors bought those shares in the market. I believe, maybe. Okay, if you have any comments, we can have a look at them. If you have any stock you want us to have a look at, by all means do so. Drop a comment. Okay, so Various Therapeutics was down 77.19%. Could this be a buy the dip candidate? Is down a further 10% from that $2 price it closed at. Let's see, something bad must have happened. various therapeutics said late Monday that it will sell shares in the underwritten public offering through Think Equity. The development stage biotech company said the net proceeds will be used primarily to advance the clinical development of IMC-1 and for working capital and general corporate purposes. Okay, let's get the volumes. 3.356 million shares across the tape. This could be a buy the dip candidate tomorrow, the 20th. Let's look at the daily chart and see whether this is a dip. Oh yes, you can see that huge plunge downwards here. There's every chance they are going to pounce on it to buy it back. Okay, so let us project here and see what's going to happen. Let's draw a retracement and pick it from here. Use a plotted Fibonacci retracement grid plot. Fortunately, we can't go any further because okay, let's try from here. Okay, we can always try it again. We can give it another try and see where. Let's pick. I just want to pick it from where it is right now, which is at $2, and project upwards. Yes, I said I can't. And stop at where this high, this peak here. Okay, so that's the Fibonacci grid. That was retracement grid that's plotted down. Some figures are below, you wouldn't see that. So, but as it expands in both directions, we have an upward projection of 3.55, 4.53, 5.33, 6.13, 7.11. That's a projection for VIRI. Is that something that can happen tomorrow? Well, fingers crossed. The buyers are definitely going to be watching this one, VIRI. Okay, we can also do the same thing on this 1 minute chart and project upwards. We get a more modest figures here: 1.92, 2.04, 2.13, 2.23, 2.34. Okay, let's look at FOXO, FOXO Technologies. Down 37.81%. Let's quickly have a look and see why it plunged. Okay, 4.184 million shares across the tape. Like it was halted once. Let's look at the daily chart and see. Okay, is this a debut stock? Maybe. Okay, let's return and see what's going on with Apple. Down 0.02%. Let's see whether we have any market recap here. Okay, we have a recap. Let's get it. For some reason we're not getting it to render. We also have closing summary here. No way. Refresh again. Okay, follow through selling interest, send the stock market sliding at the open before the S&P 500 flirted with Friday's low of 3837 and found support there. The three main indexes danced around the unchanged mark for most of the afternoon before catching a bid in the final hour of trade, helped primarily by an uptick in the mega cap stocks and other issues. The S&P 500 broke out a narrow trading range but found resistance at 3900 level, closing a whisker shy of that important level. There was some hesitation in play ahead of the September 2021 20 to 21 FOMC meeting and subsequent rate hike decision. In addition, rising treasury yields were a focal point that pressurized stocks early. However, stocks rebounded as treasury yields fell back from their highest levels of the morning. The 2-year and 10-year note yields reached their highest level since 2007 and 2011 respectively. The 2-year note reached 39.7% before settling at 3.94%. And the 10-year note reached 3.51% before settling at 3.49%. The major averages squeezed out decent gains by the close, but the market breadth still painted a mixed picture. Decliners outpaced advancers by 4 to 3% margin, as the Nasdaq, while advancers led decliners by a roughly 3 to 2 margin at the New York Stock Exchange. Only two S&P sectors closed with a loss: healthcare and real estate, down 0.5 and 0.2% respectively. The gainers were led by materials, up 1.6%, and consumer discretionary, up 1.3%. Consumer discretionary was boosted by its home builder components after KeyBank upgraded a number of individual names today, the 19th of September 2022. The SPDR S&P Home Builder ETF XHB closed up 1.8%, and the iShares US Home Construction ETF ITB closed up 2.3%. This came as participants awarded the August housing starts and building permits report tomorrow at 8:30 a.m. Eastern US time. Follow the NAHB housing index release today. Energy complex futures settled in a mixed fashion, with WTI crude oil futures falling 0.5% to $84.96 per barrel, while natural gas futures rose 0.1% to 7.81 MMBTU. Okay. So FedEx was up 1.17%. Okay, let's have a look at AMD. AMD is still keeping a gain of 0.09 in this post-market session. Tesla 1.89, still maintaining a gain of 0.13%. Okay, let's have a look at VTAQ. Gained 54.61%, spark stock, but it's down 6.24%. AMZN, Amazon Inc., Amazon.com Inc., up 0.11 in this post-market session. KNBE, okay, up 1.4% in this post-market session. Still hasn't reached that $24 target, the target that they've got a bid for. They got a bid at ALLK, Galacos, up 0.34. VIRI, this is a buy the dip opportunity stock. It's even dropped a further 12.25% in this post-market session. They're not done yet with the stock. See that plunge? Let me show you the plunge. Plunge from, look at that, the plunge from $8.7. What was the news again? Proposed public offering. I think that was the news. Okay, that's the news here. Shares of various therapeutics fell 63.5% to $3.2 per in the pre-market. Company said its antiviral drug IMC-1 was not statistically significant in reducing pain versus placebo in patients with fibromyalgia. a disorder characterized by widespread pain. The company was designed to suppress the replication of the herpes virus in order to lessen pain. VIRI says, according to its analysis, patients on IMC-1 showed no improvement during first half of trial during June 2021 and November 2021, while it helped significantly reduce pain between November 2021 to April 2022. They believe the interplay between different COVID-19 strains and herpes virus activation may be contributing to the differential response they observed. Okay, see, that's why it plunged. Fibromyalgia. Okay, the drop failed, but even at that, buyers may still come and buy it. If you just joined us, thank you very much. Okay, let's look at FOXO. I believe this is an IPO stock or something like that. Now, has it been trading for a long time? No doubt. Down 37.81%. You can see the market for Apple is not that, buyers and the traders are not that aggressive, and we can also see liquidities there as well. You can see the varying prices. The prices vary sufficiently, as against cases where you see all the others going through at the same price. That is an indication that there is aggression and the liquidity is poor, implying that market participants are using market orders to get close to the deal, get close to what's going on, get involved with the market, get into the market for the stock. And by doing so, the people who plan to get in using limit orders wouldn't get through. And those guys, because they're using market orders, their orders get the orders are filled at the quoted price, the price of the market. So if that keeps going on, the price will continue to extend or retrace, as the case may be. And while that is still in effect, those who have limit orders that have not been met will stay out of the market. In other words, narrowing the scope of the market, narrowing the participation, because the market orders get filled first, unless in cases where the limit order prices have been met for the respective cases. If you're there, give us a thumbs up and let's get going. If you have any comments, drop and let's see what you want us to have a look at. We'll actually be rounding up anytime soon. So we're just watching the post-market session for Apple. The market for Apple is quite a liquid one, not that volatile. Okay, let's Okay, let's see what's going on with the S&P futures. Okay, it's still maintaining. It's at 3906.57.